You hear me, but it's all good.
Gotta get your money right. Gotta get your money right. Gotta get your money right. Gotta get your money right.
Money, Monday,
It's money
Monday,
Monday.
Monday, 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 Monday.
It's gotta get your money right. Gotta get your money right. Gotta get your money right. Gotta get your money.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? It is Money Monday, and happy Labor Day to each and every one of you who are watching this now and who join in to watch the replay. That is why I am going live a little bit later today as opposed to 7 a.m. because I knew that the majority of you all would be sleeping in because many people have the day off today and you deserve to rest. You deserve to rest. Hey, I was chilling this morning. I was laying in my bed. And in fact, I'm actually still in my pajamas. Listen, Ecclesiastes says this, and this is like my favorite Labor Day scripture coming from Solomon, who was deemed to be the wisest man until Jesus Christ came to the earth. Favorite scripture as it relates to Labor Day, Ecclesiastes 2 and 24. I'm going to quote this every day on every Labor Day until there is nothing better for a man than he should eat and drink, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labor. Listen, if you are working, if you are grinding, there is absolutely nothing wrong with you enjoying your labor. So again, happy Labor Day to everybody. It is me, Michelle Robinson. I am a wealth strategist, and welcome again to Money Mondays. Listen, it is National Life Insurance Awareness Month. And as I stated on September the 1st, I will be flooding your timelines every single day with information about life insurance. Because what I have found out is that most people don't know what life insurance is, and they don't know what it does. And it is so important to our community that we have life insurance, okay? All right, so let's get in it today. This week, I am going to be unveiling 7 myths about life insurance. 7 myths about life insurance. That is what I am going to be talking about for the entirety of this week. 7 myths about life insurance. Okay, so today we are going to talk about myth number 1. And let me preface this by saying that there's more than 7 myths, I'm absolutely sure. But I'm going to be focusing on 7 this week, okay? Myth number 1. I don't need life insurance because I have some through my job. Listen, this is probably one of the most frustrating myths that are out there, because this is keeping and preventing a lot of people from getting life insurance, getting permanent life insurance, because they believe they don't need it because they have it through their job. Look, life insurance that is offered through your employer is a great benefit while you have it. It's a great benefit if, unfortunately, you die while you're working for the company, okay? That's number 1. It's an awesome benefit if you die while you're working for the company. If you leave your company, for the most part, the coverage does not leave with you. There are some government organizations that will allow you to have some coverage after you leave, after you retire. I believe the federal government does that. But for the most part, when you leave your job, Your life insurance that is employer sponsored leaves with you, meaning that you no longer have coverage. This is a problem for a number of reasons. First of all, if you quit your job, you don't have life insurance. But another thing people don't think about is things like what happens if you get terminated? What happens if you get ill and you no longer can work for your employer? What happens to your life insurance then? Because if you no longer work for that company, you no longer have life insurance. And I have so many personal stories that I have seen my family members experience as it relates to life insurance, to the point where some of y'all are going to be like, you got a story for everything. I really do, because I have had upfront and personal experience with this, which is why I'm so passionate about it. But I had a very, very close family member to me, whose spouse essentially lost their job or was unable to work because they became disabled. And whatever the company was that they worked for, I guess they didn't have FMLA. And this was years ago. This was back in 2004 or so. Didn't have FMLA or whatever, protections we have, or some of us have, didn't have all that. So when they became sick and no longer could work for the company, which the reality is, a company, if you have a disability, they are required to provide you with reasonable accommodation. But if you can't perform the essential job functions, they can let you go. That's law. That's not what I'm here to talk about, though. He lost his job because he was unable to perform the essential job functions. Long story short, he ended up dying. Guess what? There was no life insurance. No life insurance. Big old scramble to try to get this individual buried. A lot of stress, a lot of anger, a lot of turmoil as a result of not having life insurance. You need to have life insurance outside of your employer plan. Your employer plan is term life. Okay. So that's one thing. The second thing is, as I've already mentioned, when you leave the company, the life insurance leaves with you. You need to invest in life insurance outside of your company. You need to get a permanent life insurance policy. At a minimum, listen, at a minimum, you should have a $25,000 permanent life insurance policy to ensure that your loved ones have enough cash to do what they need to do as it relates to your final expenses. The cost of funerals is continuing to go up. A basic funeral is running from $10,000 to $15,000. Caskets are not cheap. You add on top of that facility rentals if you're not a member of a church and you got to pay to have the funeral services, food for repast, all those different things. That adds up. You don't want your family to have to be stressed and worried about how they are going to bury you. Okay. $25,000 is basic. Ain't gonna be a whole bunch of money left over for some inheritance, because there are some people who just have this mindset of, I'm not leaving all this money. Like that's a whole nother life insurance awareness conversation to have. Bottom line, I'm closing with this. You need to have life insurance outside of your job. It is a myth that you don't need life insurance outside of your job. When you leave your job, the life insurance leaves with you. Also, the coverage amount that you can get through your job is usually a flat amount or is equal to your year's salary. For those of you who are not like key executives, you're not going to get a huge policy through your job. And you know what? Even if you do, and I know this may sound morbid, if you don't die while you're working for that company, your life insurance goes away when you go away. Okay. So I am encouraging you, make sure you have life insurance outside of your job. If you need more information on how to do that, there's my website below, www.justherettohelp.com. You can also email me, Jonte at jmichellerobinson.com. I think I said that right. Jonte at jmichellerobinson.com. You can also text me 503-90. This is crazy. 503-908-9050. You all have a fabulous rest of your Labor Day, and I will see you tomorrow.
Gotta get your money.